much, Chris. Thank you, everybody, for coming today. I was asked to speak today on the current climate in bargaining for Ontario Corrections. Chris has touched on it, and Dan has touched on it, so I'll be as brief as possible. A few months ago, the government has been started doing many infrastructure updates at most of the institutions in the province, as you've heard. If you take $100,000 per each institution in this province, of 29 institutions, that's a lot of money that the government is wasting for resources that are not affecting our business. They're not helping the inmates. It's not helping staff within the facilities. It's just so they can house the institutions for what they call as a strike coming up when we haven't even, when I wrote the speech, we hadn't even elected our bargaining team, but that's been done this past weekend. At these construction zones in the institutions, when the locals have asked to go in to see what was going on, they were denied access. Then the health and safety representatives from the institutions asked to go in to do a health and safety tour. They were still denied access. It wasn't until the MOL was called that the superintendents allowed them to go in to see what was going on. It makes one wonder what the government is thinking when we're so far away from contract negotiations. I would like to call this construction that the government has been doing is bargaining in bad faith and setting a very negative tone for the future of negotiations within this province. The general public should be outraged at the money that's being wasted by this government. We keep hearing about fiscal restraint and how the government needs to be more accountable with our funds. So exactly what were they thinking when they decided to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars for what might not be any reason at all? I could understand if the money was spent to make more beds for inmates, upgrade living conditions for inmates, as well as working conditions for staff. But to throw away public funds like this is reckless use of our tax dollars. Each and every person standing here today, and each and every person standing at any facility today that's having a rally, should be asking their MPPs why the government is recklessly spending so much money for no reason at all. Thank you.